Hey guys, here's another video that is missing on the internet. So I will show you my experience with Triple Whale, but I will review it not from a acquisition and an ad manager and ad guy perspective, but more like a retention and email SMS marketing standpoint. You will see why Triple Whale can be useful for your Shopify store or why you shouldn't use it, and I will show the pricing. I will use the main features of it, and also I will focus on those features that will help you understand the lifetime value, the retention rate, the AOV of your customers, and how these numbers they affect the growth of your company. So stick to the end of this video if you want to learn about these, and now let's jump into this. Okay guys, so before I jump into showing Triple Whale to you, I want to tell you my honest opinion why you need Triple Whale and who doesn't need Triple Whale. So first of all, I'm not an affiliate here, and they didn't pay me anything. Here's just my honest opinion, because now it became crucial to see data clearly. Attribution is a huge thing in e-commerce and in business in general, if you want to scale, and knowing your numbers clearly. So that's why we also use this when it comes to retention marketing and helping our e-commerce clients. We tried not only Triple Whale, but many other attribution tools, but Triple Whale is one of the best, especially when it comes to Shopify Stores. So here are my 5 points when you should use it. So basically, once you start running ads on several ad channels, Facebook, Google, TikTok, Pinterest, you want to connect Klaviyo, some SMS marketing channels, then things become noisier. So basically, we can see that every marketing channel, they try to claim that this sale came through their own channel. And when we add up the numbers, what each platform attributes as their sale, we add up those numbers and we get to a number, and then we take a look at the bank account or the Shopify dashboard, then we can see a huge discrepancy. So sometimes we can see that if we add up the numbers from Facebook ads, Google ads, and Klaviyo, let's just keep these three. We add up these three numbers and we check the bank account, the actual profits. There is a 1.5 or even 2x difference, which is huge. I can only talk about Klaviyo, so if you use the Klaviyo default attribution, then we can see 2-3x differences compared to a tool such as Triple Whale when we use a last click attribution. So I'm just talking about Klaviyo here. So number 2 is when you think Klaviyo, Facebook or Google reporting is not accurate, and again, this can happen very soon after you start running ads and emails. So basically, you want to know your numbers better and you don't really trust these tools. Number 3, so you want to have a Shopify dedicated tracking tool. So Triple Whale only works with Shopify, and that's why, if you are not on Shopify, you should look for something else. But if you are on Shopify, this can be your best tool because they clearly focus on the Shopify ecosystem. And then number 4, you spend at least $50 per day on ads, so that's 1.5K a month. I think that's not a huge amount, but actually once you are there, you can see a good ROI in a tool like this, because this tool is not expensive, as you will see, but you can save a ton of money by knowing your numbers and really just seeing where you should spend more money. And the last one is save money on agency fees. So actually it's less a thing for us, but I can see this with acquisition agencies. But actually it happened to us as well. So we signed revenue share deals using the attribution of Klaviyo, which, as I said, it over attributes. And pretty soon we realized with the client that we shouldn't do this because Klaviyo clearly over attributes. And we want the best for the clients. We don't want to, mislead them or so that's why we are completely fine, and actually we recommend the tool to implement, such as Triple Whale, to see their numbers clearer. And then with different attribution models, we can see the different numbers in triple whale, which are usually lower what Klaviyo claims. So I think that's a win-win for everyone, because we can also see the real results of our work. We don't want to claim something that is not the result of our work, and also the client can see their numbers, clearer and pay the agency well. But if you work in an agency that wants to use a very generous attribution model, which is beneficial for the agency, then it's quite possible that they will overcharge you by thousands of dollars. So in that case, a tool like Triple Whale for a few $100 is definitely a good investment. Okay, so here's a real Triple Whale account of one of our clients. As you can see, they are based in Canada, so currency is Canadian dollar. I really recommend this to take a look at it at least once a day, or if you actively work on things, then even every hour. So one important thing is Triple Whale has a same day reporting. And I think Wicked Reports, for example, they shoot up the data every 24 hours, I think. So many times you will see the numbers only the next day, which kind of sucks when you are scaling hard, right? So yeah, this is the sale today, but you can check the last 90 days, let's say. So total sales pulled in from Shopify, it's more than $600,000. And you can also see the trend. I really like this as well. So yeah, clearly it's been increasing for this brand. I mean, Q4 is coming, so that's really important. But also you can compare it to the previous 90 days, and you can see that in July we couldn't see a similar growth. So I really like this trend graph as well. Ads and how much blended ad spend, what this really means. So basically across all ad channels, this was the amount that was spent, and you can see the distribution. Facebook, Google, Snapchat, I mean, these are zero, but actually these are connected to the account as well. Here's the ROAS, as you can see. Now I don't want to get into ads too much, because I want to focus on retention as always. But what I really like, so you can also set up custom metrics, and you can really come up with your own metrics. And analytical guys like me, we really like this. So for example, net profit, that's something great. And why I like this, and everyone likes this, because again, Triple Whale focuses on Shopify only. So that's why the solutions, the numbers you can see will be close to correct or close to accurate, I would say. I would never say it's totally accurate, but I think it's very accurate, because they work only with Shopify. And once you would connect a platform like this to WooCommerce or Magento or Ecommerce, then numbers could get skewed very easily. But this system works really well with Shopify only. So yeah, I really trust these numbers. So net profit is here. You can see the trends as well, the breakdown. Actually, that's something interesting. Yeah, here are the expenses, the ads, and the payment gateways, the cost of goods. So everything is here, everything is deducted, and you will see your net profit. And of course, MER is a great number for marketers. And then once you install the Pixel, you can add this to Facebook, Google Ads, yeah, basically all of these channels. Google Ads has a better ROI, but also the scalability is probably smaller, as you can see here. Web analytics conversion rate, actually it's not too good, that could be improved. And then you can see all the traffic data. I think I can, yeah, so we can see that the number of users, it's been increasing. Again, this is because of Q4. And add it to cart, that's something interesting to see. And last 90 days we couldn't see a big change. Yeah, these are the store numbers. So here you can see the new customer rate and the returning customer rate. So this is 30%. I think we could check a longer time period to see something more interesting. Let's see the last 1 year. So returning customer rate. Yeah, so here's the returning customer rate, how it changed. Yeah, it's very interesting that earlier this year it was a higher number. It was 70%, and in Q4 it goes down to 40-30% because they get a lot of traffic, new traffic. Also, you can see the revenue from new customers and the revenue from returning customers. So here you can really see revenue from new customers and returning customers. And something very interesting to check if your returning customers, they spend more or not. So you can compare the percentage of returning customers and also what's the percentage of your total revenue coming from returning customers. Here we have Facebook ads and Google ads, TikTok, and some Pinterest ads. So this is the dashboard, and there are interesting things here. I mean, it's mostly for the business owner and the ad agency, but you can see a few numbers being interesting for email marketers and retention guys as well. So now I will go here, and here you can see the attribution kind of things. And again, this is updated frequently. So when you scale hard and fast, this is really useful for you. And this is, not over attributed information. Also here you can find different attribution models. So there is a triple whale attribution model you can use. You can use linear, which means that it doesn't matter what was the last or the first touch point during the purchase process for an individual customer, but once the customer touches that channel, then the sale is attributed to that channel as well, and it's just equal across all marketing channels that they really touch. So for example, here you can see last 1 year purchases, 4,000 for Google, 8,000 for Facebook. With linear attribution, let's use first click attribution. According to this, Facebook gets much more purchases than with the last model. So many people, they come through Facebook for the first time. This is what it means. And here's the last click attribution. So here Facebook gets much less, but Google as well. Probably email would get more, but here we only check the ads. So we can go to all, and there we can see it. So actually, when it comes to last click attribution, Klaviyo has the most purchases, and after Facebook, we can clearly see that most traffic comes through Facebook for the first time, the cold traffic, and then Google is somewhere in between. It also generates a lot of cold traffic, but the last click where people, they buy, most of them, they come from Klaviyo. So that's just something really interesting to see here. And with first click, it's half of that, and SMS is probably a third of that. So we can clearly see not many people, they buy through Klaviyo and SMS bump as their first touch. I will put this back to triple attribution. And also here you can see customer journeys, which is really interesting. So you can see in the last 1 year people who came through Google in the last 1 year, and also you can see how many of them. So they went to purchase or Klaviyo or Google again, and usually it happened after 15 days. So you can really see the customer journeys, the most common customer journeys. You can also see Facebook. They go to Klaviyo or they purchase, and once they go to Klaviyo, they go to email again or they purchase, and from Klaviyo they usually go to purchase. Okay, and from here I will go to this. So Creative Cockpit, I don't want to talk about it because this is a kind of extra service, but what this provides, and this is a kind of new feature. They came out with this around 6 months ago, I believe, and basically you can see the data for each of your creatives as well, especially ad creatives. It doesn't matter if they are a different ad set or anything, but it's broken down for each video, each image, each creative that you have. Okay, and now this is my favorite place. If you are an acquisition guy, it's probably not, but why I really like this, because here you can create segments actually, and you can see a lot of data. So let's say newbies, so new customers, whales who are big spenders, lost customers, customers from Klaviyo, customers from Google Ads, and you can see their numbers. So Klaviyo has the highest number of customers. Again, Klaviyo is very strong with last click. Here's the attributed revenue, and here's the LTV of those guys after 30 days, 60 days, and 1 year. And yeah, the Klaviyo buyers, they have the highest LTV after 1 year. You can create a segment. Let's say we want to check the whales, customers who have generated the most revenue for your store, and their AOV is close to 200 bucks, and they usually purchase almost 3 times. And also, as you can see, their LTV is really high. It's probably more than double of an average buyer. So if you want to create these segments, then you come here and yeah, simply just set up a segment. Somebody have made a purchase is less than, let's say we want to check only one-time buyers, so you can also add what product they purchased, what marketing channel they came from. Yeah, I will remove this and let's create. So let's say first time buyers. Yeah, so first time buyers, 71,000, and here's the total revenue. And as you can see, their LTV equals their AOV because, you know, they purchased only one time. And then we are going to cohorts. So I really like this too. Basically here you can see that those customers who came in around March, April, May, they have a much stronger LTV and they come back more often than someone who purchased during winter or especially summer. July, June, August customers are the worst, you know. So yeah, that's just something really interesting to see. So it seems like it's definitely worth to acquire more customers in March, April and May because those guys will come back later. And when it comes to this cohort, so you can check not only the LTV but total sales of the business. So November, December are huge months for this business, while the LTV of those customers, actually it's not necessarily bigger. Number of total customers, and here's the retention rate. October is strong, yeah, but I think the most interesting really is this LTV stuff. So you can play around the cohorts, and based on this you can make longer term decisions that okay, maybe in March, April, May we should focus more on these new customers because they will spend more, 10-20% more than new customers coming in other months. Product analytics, now I won't go through that. LTV, so this is one of my favorite statistics. Basically we want to see if the LTV of customers, it increased because of our work or it didn't. So last 3 months LTV, also average order value is here. So last 3 months the 60-day LTV was this amount, 90-day LTV was a bit higher. So what this really means, we acquire a new customer for the business and we check what's the average order value that they have when they purchase, how much they usually spend, what's the average. And also we check after 2 months how much money they have spent in the store, and after 3 months how much they have spent. And ideally these numbers increase, I mean they must increase. In the last 3 months, let's say the 90-day LTV was 168. Last 6 months, let's see that, it was the same amount, and the last 12 months it was a higher amount. So actually what this tells us is in the last 12 months the LTV was higher than recently. So actually the business brought in a bit lower quality customers in the past 3 and 6 months. Probably because as we could see in the cohorts, the highest value customers, they come in May, April and March, and now it was around 6, 7, 8 months ago. So it's not recent. It's included in this category but not here. So yeah, recently we got a bit lower quality customers than before. Also sales cycle, so we can do the same thing here. What's the average time between the first and second order, and the shorter the better. We want to make as much revenue as possible within the shortest period of time. So in the last 3 months it was 11 days between first and second order. That's a very important KPI, especially for big companies, because okay, somebody purchased, but let's drive them to buy again. And after it just becomes, you know, a recurring pattern. They just buy again and again and again. But this one is a crucial number, so 11 days. In the last 1 year, let's see this number, it was 54 days, so much higher. We had to wait 5 times more time to get someone to buy again, which is crazy. Last 6 months it was 19 days, and it decreased further, and now it's 11 days. So actually we did a great job to get these new customers to buy again. In the past 6 months, 3 months, we can see way better numbers than before. We can play the same with the AOV, so median, mode, mean. I mean, these are just, you know, different mathematical things here, but yeah, what we want to go for is AOV. It should increase. Now it's 155. Last 1 year, let's see. 154, so it didn't change too much. Cohorts, LTV, sales cycle, these are crucial numbers for retention marketing, and actually Triple Whale gives you a super clear picture on these, and you can see if your efforts are good or not. Also Pixel, you can check these different channels with different attribution and see how email marketing, SMS marketing really helps or doesn't help your business grow. And finally, so what's the pricing of Triple Whale? So it depends on your gross revenue in the last 1 year. So the lowest package starts from $129, and for this you will get most of the things, especially for ads and web analytics, a good support as well. You can get the Pro if you want to focus more on retention. You get the different segmentation options, cart analysis, cohort and LTV, so everything that I showed to you. And if you want to be able to check your different videos and images, how they perform, then you can go to this plan. I mean, they call it enterprise, but honestly, it's not really enterprise. So yeah, but that's the highest plan. And this is if your revenue was below this amount. But I would say, okay, let's calculate with a more decent amount. If you make 2 mil a year, then $400, $500, $600. Yeah, I would definitely go with the mid tier at this business size. If you make, let's say, 5 mil a year, then it's getting close to 1K, definitely worth it. And if you hit 8 figures, then it's 1.5K and around. And if you are a bigger business, I mean, yeah, like 40 million, then a couple $1,000 what they charge. So that's the pricing. But again, you definitely save a ton of money on agency fees and not understanding your business and a lot of manual work. So yeah, I highly recommend Triple Whale to install for your Shopify store. Hey Budai Nation, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure that you go down and you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you get updated of my newest videos. Also in the description I will put a free guide of our top 100 highest converting emails ever that you can download for free. And finally, before I leave, I will give you one more thumbnail. Check out that video. Hope I see you soon on this channel.